Well, I'm your host, Bobby the Brain Heenan. You notice now we don't have to worry about Gorilla Monsoon anymore. Seems when I lay down the law to the people and to the powers that be, I get things done. Another thing out here, television crew. There'll be no more breaks till I tell you so, and you ship up, or you shape up, or you ship out. You can be walking the unemployment line with Monsoon if you're going to have it that way. Now, our feature match today are the Rougeaus. The Rougeaus against the Hart Foundation for the WWF World's Heavyweight title. You know, a lot of things have changed in my life now. I don't have to take any more guff from Gorilla Monsoon. I'm considering changing prime time to another night of the week, because Mondays I'm just not up for. I party too much on the weekends. A lot of changes are going to happen, because I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm not going to be pushed around anymore, and I'm going to select my new co-host. I'll let everybody know pretty soon who it's going to be. Be sitting right here in this chair next to me. I got my phone, got my papers, I'm running the ship. No trouble. Our first event features Tiger Chung Lee and Steve Lombardi. They're up against a new team. Everybody's talking about professional wrestling, Strike Force. First time here on Prime Time, Rick Martel and Tito Santana. Well, now maybe that impresses you humanoids out there. Doesn't really impress me. Everybody seems to be rather impressed with them, but I'm not. See, a lot of changes are happening. So you want to go to the first match? Let's go now. Now.
The tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring at a total combined weight of 519 pounds from Brooklyn, New York, Steve Lombardi. His partner from Korea, Tiger Chung Lee. And their opponents at a total combined weight of 478 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, Strike Force.
All right, yes indeed. Martel and Santana.
Wait a minute, what is this name, Strike Force?
Yes.
Why don't they call it the Mexican Connection?
Yes.
Get it? Mexican, Canadian. I gotta spill that out so Bruno can understand it. Get it, Bruno?
Yes,
Mexican,
yes,
Canadian. Strike Force.
Well, you got a sense of humor. Jesse,
What?
your comments on what we saw earlier with Ted DiBiase having someone come down and why are you smiling? I asked you to comment.
Because I found it very enjoyable, and I'm beginning to believe that the $1 Million Man is right. I think everybody has their price. I think you even Vince McMahon, if they raised the ante, would have probably kissed Virgil's foot too.
You know what, Vince? DiBiase showed to me that he's a fool, because $200 he gave somebody to kiss his foot. All he would have had to do, give an autographed photo of himself to Jesse Ventura, and he could have had his foot kissed.
Look at that maneuver, would you? Look at that maneuver. Earlier on, we spoke with Strike Force concerning their participation in the wrestling album Pile Driver. Here's what Strike Force had to say.
Yes, we're so happy, and we got all the reasons to be, because now not only can see Tito and I in action as the Strike Force, but now they can hear us with that fantastic Robbie Dupree on that new album, The Pile Driver.
What a fantastic vocal Robbie Dupree lays on us. Together, Strike Force and Robbie Dupree, baby.
Yes.
Strike Force!
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm literally looking for. Have you heard that? Robbie Dupree and Strike Force?
No, I haven't.
They sing a tune called Girls in Cars.
Girls in Cars.
That's right.
That sounds real good.
Yeah. It is. It's a great tune. Tiger Chung Lee taking over. And Lee backing Santana to the buckle. Oh, wow. I'll tell you, people expect great things out of Santana and Martel. And I think they're going to get them. Now, Jesse, even you have to grant that at least on paper, Santana and Martel should be one of the premier tag teams.
Yeah, they definitely should be. They both got all the capabilities. They're fast, they're good, accomplished wrestlers, and they got a lot of desire.
Martel coming in on big Tiger Chung Lee.
But then again, one of them might quit.
I don't think so. Both former tag team champions in the past, Martel and Santana. It's Martel, and they're really going to town.
I just wonder how Martel's going to like Chico's cooking.
his cooking.
Yeah, that Tijuana specials that he makes.
Alec Daedra. Tiger Chung Lee. Whipped into Santana. Collision. A cover. Yes, indeed.
Here are your winners, Strike Force.
All right, Santana Martel victorious. And let's go back now to the replay.
I'll tell you, these guys were meant to be together. They were absolutely phenomenal. Look at this move now. Watch here as Santana flies to the ring, catches Chung Lee with that elbow. Brother, that was unbelievable.
Well, there's Strike Force. Now, I don't know if you're impressed or not. I'm certainly think that the team is fast. They're agile. And they're just the kind of a team everybody should worry about.
Hey.
What?
You're
What
in
are you
my
doing
chair,
here?
number one. You're in my chair. Now you've knocked both chairs over.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
I'm running the show.
I can see that. It's
You lay
not
a
working
hand on
out
me
too
or
well,
nothing.
is it?
Working out fine.
It is.
Somebody.
I'd
chair.
like to apologize for being a little late today. I arranged for a special piece of
Chair's
footage
broke.
about you, Brain. Sure, you destroyed the furniture.
Didn't break no furniture. You threw me off of it.
Reason I'm late, folks, I spent a little time putting together a little piece of footage that I want to show today that the Brain will not like. What have you been doing since I've been gone here the last
Been
few
handling
minutes?
the show.
Yeah, I understand. You've got everybody upset here in the studio and everything. Got all the personnel ready to bail out. You just get in your chair over there where you belong. That chair over there. Folks, once again, I'd like to apologize. Right now we're back to some semblance of order here.
Well, you weren't here. I had to do something. I had to make a decision.
So you lied to the people. You told
Didn't-
everybody you got me canned.
Well, I figured
Yeah.
last week that you just took the hint and didn't show up. If you're smart.
Let's take a look at this next upcoming match. Why are you breaking up the Islanders now into singles? Can't they get along together as a tag team?
Yes, and I'll be glad to tell you why.
Good. Tama in a single match against Scott Casey coming at you right now.
The reason is,
Ready to make his entrance towards ringside from Dallas, Texas, weighing 242 pounds, Scott Casey.
Scott Casey making his way down to the ringside area, although I don't see him. Oh, here he comes. Good-looking athlete.
He is indeed, and not only does he look good, but he presents himself in such a manner, I should say, that his opposition sees him as very good too.
And his opponent
He is a fine young athlete.
from the South Pacific, weighing 228 pounds, here is Islander Tama.
One half of the Islanders, Tama, and singles competition here tonight in Madison Square Garden. There he is, without the services of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yes, I wonder how he will fare in this match where he has only himself to rely upon, because he does rely heavily upon his tag team partner Haku when they're engaged in tag team matches.
Well, you can bet that Big Brother is not far away. He'll be keeping an eye on this matchup.
So may the Brain.
Well, you never know where the weasel is. The weasel's liable to pop up anywhere.
Yeah.
Turn over a big rock, and there you're liable to find him right there.
Absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Brain was here.
Well, Tama giving you-know-what for to our ring attendant, making sure all his bubbles, bangles, and beads get returned. He doesn't have $3.98 worth of stuff there, all in one pile.
They're bright and shiny.
It's about the end of it.
And I must say his attire is a little bit bright and shiny too.
Boy, he is. He certainly is. Well, it won't take much for him to raise the ire of the ringsiders if that's what he's trying to do, and he definitely is. Going to be concentrating on Scotty.
Yes, he better. But the thing about Tama is he's never shown any lack of confidence. I must say that for him.
Absolutely none.
But he does have a lot of ability to back it up. The only thing that might be missing, Gorilla, is that all-important experience.
Well, there's no substitute for that, Alfred, as we so well know.
Yes.
Everybody has to start somewhere, and I think that Haku #1 gave a lot of intelligence, so to speak, to this youngster. And then coming under the tutelage of the Brain, well, he just poured all that confidence into him.
Yes, he did. The one thing that Haku has not been able to establish with Tama is for him not to make some of those rash moves and those high-risk moves that he sprinkles his belts with.
Well, that's because he's young and energetic and can do all those things that we can't do anymore.
Maybe a bit foolish, but he can do them. We certainly can't.
No, definitely not.
In fact, there's many things he can do that I was never able to do anyway.
He certainly got that youth, that spring in the legs. Complaining about a hair pull, we didn't see any from our vantage point.
No. Scott Casey, really a fine young athlete, as we've said before.
I understand he did extremely well in the amateur ranks.
He did indeed. And he was also a very fine state wrestler as well. He represented Texas many occasions and never lost an amateur bout whilst in his home state.
Boy, what a feather in the cap that is.
So he is a fine wrestler.
I guess that's where those boots came from, right?
I would imagine so, yes.
From Dallas area.
Look at them, they're spotless white too.
Side headlock now by Tama. Won't stay in this long. Got rid of him in a hurry. Shoulder block. Sends Scotty down. Up quickly, drops in front. Look out. Oh, drop kicked him right into behind. Tama sprawled out on the concrete here in the Garden.
I think that could be attributed to a little lack of experience there. He turned his back on Scott Casey, and you can't do that against a veteran wrestler like Casey.
Well, he was making some derogatory gesture, but he paid for it.
Yes.
But he's coming back.
You know, one thing about Casey, he does his homework on every opponent. He'll look into their record. He'll watch clippings of how their matches went, of what their best moves are. He analyzes them and puts them all to good use.
Well, if you want to be successful in any sport, you had best do that.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. Still complaining about the hair pull. Now he's trapped in the corner. Oh. South Sea uppercut.
Yes.
What that's called.
Well, I don't know what it is called, but if you say that, I'll believe you. But it certainly wasn't a very good situation for Casey to find himself in, because he had all the offense in the beginning of this match, and now obviously the pendulum has swung in the other direction.
Headbutt stuns Scotty. Oh, look at that press and kick.
Nicely timed, beautifully placed, well executed.
Look at him waste time here, though.
Yeah.
Very complacent.
That's what's happening to this young. I think maybe Heenan is installing too much confidence into this young man.
Sends him into the corner. Look out. Full speed ahead. Nobody home. Rams the left shoulder into the steel post. That'll wake you up.
Yes, it certainly will. And if that lithe young body of Tama's has got any resilience.
Shoulder breaker. Nailed him with it.
Oh, a nice follow-up to that move by Casey.
Now he's going to work on that left shoulder. He's wishing now he had followed. He wants timeout now. There is no timeout in the ranks of professional wrestling.
And I think Casey's reminding him of that. He's not going to give him any quarter.
London Bridge. Just fell down.
God.
Over for the cover. Referee way out of position. Not going to get him.
I think that was the Westminster Bridge as well thrown in there. Several bridges.
Reverse chin lock now by Scotty. Trying to gather his thoughts together as he continues to go to work on that left arm that he injured somewhat. But there's a lot of resiliency in the youngster.
There certainly is. And the great thing about Tama is he never knows when he's beaten. I suppose that's one of those confident facets to his character. And he will not give in. He's resolute, he's determined to win, but whether he can do that against Casey is up to debate at the moment.
Well, they use the old theology of the Brain. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. resorting to some of the tactics of the Islanders. Scotty just planted 2 fingers right in the eyelids.
That really surprised me by Scotty. I didn't expect him to use that type of a move, but I suppose you fight fire with fire.
Absolutely, if you want to survive in this league.
Yes. He's got Tama in a position there where he can still play upon that left shoulder that Tama injured in the opening moments of this
He rammed it right into the steel post. He even took a little paint off the steel post now that I'm looking at it. Irish whip in, put his head down. Can't do that, Scotty.
No, much too quickly. Scotty has got to get his mind on this bout. He'll have it taken away from him if he's not careful.
Another headbutt. One of his many weapons in the arsenal of the Islander Tama.
He's very cavalier in his attitude here, just taking his time.
Dropped right on the sternum area. Now he's going for the cover, very nonchalant cover at that. He's not going to beat Scott Casey that way.
No, definitely not. And I think that Tama knows that he couldn't hold him for that 3 count there, so it was just a token to show Casey what he can do.
Chin lock now with the knee placed right in the high cervical vertebrae area.
Which was that?
I believe he's, look at this. He's getting a little leverage from the ropes here. He moved himself back into that position.
That is a lot of leverage.
The referee can't see it, but it's all right on the neck of Scott Casey. The referee never did see it.
My word, that was a lot of leverage there from that position.
The referee's asking him, why is the rope shaking?
Yes. Or maybe there was a wind blowing through here.
Thomas said, I don't have a clue why the rope is shaking. Holding on to it with a smile on his face. Elbow downstairs, didn't wipe it off. That one did. Look out, drop down, over the top goes Scotty. Oh, flying elbow, nailed him with it.
The youngster set Casey up for that. He let him hit him twice in the midsection with those back elbows.
Look at this nonchalant cover again.
Why? He certainly has confidence. You can't take that away from him. He set Scott Casey up for that move, and it was really executed.
Out to the concrete.
He's learning a little every bout, a little more every bout, Gorilla. He has a lot of potential, this young Islander.
Well, he's got a lot of potential. He's gotten a lot bigger since a year ago that I saw him. He's put on about 30 or 40 pounds, all in the right places.
Yes.
Scotty's trying to come back in, and Tama goes outside to make sure he doesn't.
Heenan gets his man to work very hard indeed.
For very little money, I understand.
I don't know why they do that to you. Well, he's been fired a couple of times by various people.
What a brainwashing job he does on it.
Yes, he does. It wasn't sufficient in the case of Mr. Wonderful there.
No. He saw the light for the second time.
Yes.
You might say the second coming.
Yes.
Unloading now. It's got went right down neck first. Right, that's nothing down there but concrete.
Casey took a nasty tumble out the ring then. He was obviously stunned by that second right hand that the Islander threw at him, landed on the back of his head.
Tried to hook that bottom rope with his foot, but just slid right off of there. There was too much top heavy weight coming down, and the boots just wouldn't hold it.
No. Maybe he's been shining those boots too much too.
Maybe.
For any addition there.
Tama well in control of this matchup at this particular point in time, and he's unloading with the heavy artillery now.
Look at Tama here, Gorilla. He just measures his man now. A few months ago, that would have been a relentless attack, not carrying a lot of weight, but now each one of those blows has taken its toll.
Well, I think that, I don't know, he's working right now on one of the strongest parts of Scotty's anatomy in that trapezius area. I don't know, I might be working on a leg or something if I were Tama. He picked the toughest part of the guy's body and go to work on it.
Yeah, well, don't forget, he hasn't got Haku here to guide him a little bit. No. Give him the benefit of his ring experience against top opponents like Scott Casey.
Well, if you remember correctly, he had trouble just finding his way out to the ring. You know, without the brain leading the way.
No, that's true. And he didn't have any trouble finding his way out in the beginning when Scott Casey drop kicked him straight through.
Scotty's fighting this thing now because that's where his power is, that upper body. And Tama may well have made a mistake here. 2 elbows downstairs. Look at this. He put the head down as well. Paid for it.
I don't think he did that voluntary. They were two heavy blows he took to the midsection.
Pile driver coming up. Yes, he nailed him with it.
Oh, a great move by Casey.
Tama down and just about out of this one.
He is perilously close to being beaten here, and this
over for the cover. 1, 2, no, foot on the ropes.
What a dangerous move by that youngster.
He knew exactly where he was.
But if the referee doesn't see that, he's beaten.
Scotty really going to work now. Double axe handle shot right to the chin. Irish whip into the corner, follows him in. Just a glancing blow as Tama was moving out of the way.
But he still caught him, but obviously not heavily enough.
Slam, and there goes the Islander. Second turnbuckle on the inside. Is he going all the way up? No. Oh, big splash. Hooks the leg. Goodbye.
The height was just incredible.
Knocked the wind right out of him, even though he was only on the second turnbuckle on the inside.
And Casey still unconscious or semi-conscious on the mat.
Well, you've certainly instilled a lot of confidence into that youngster.
Certainly have.
Although you didn't see fit to come down to ringside as you usually do.
Well, I was up in one of the boxes watching.
Oh.
I like to get different angles.
I'm sure you do.
That's how I study the different opponents. That's how I can pick up flaws in my men, which very seldom happens.
Okay. You guys, you got that tape ready that I asked for? Because we're going to be looking at that next. Yeah.
Tape of what?
Well,
another one of your little surprises.
Yours truly, you.
Doing what?
Well, your usual thing, getting into trouble as usual. Lying to the public as usual. You stood out here and lied for about the last 8 weeks about an individual that we'll get to very shortly as we continue here on Prime Time Wrestling this week. We'll be right back.
I've never
in just
said anything
a moment.
that wasn't true.
Talk about hot items. Here's one right here. The Wrestling Album 2, Pile Driver, with the world's heavyweight champion, the Hulkster, right on the cover. And on the back, Brain, is all the shots of the different guys who have cuts on this, including Mean Gene and Coco and Hillbilly and Honky, Demolition. Your photo's not here anymore.
Well, I don't have a single cut. These are single cuts.
Obviously. Indeed, there are some interesting cuts on it. Have you heard the one with Slickster?
No, I haven't.
Jive Soul Bro?
No, I haven't.
Something in the song about where he gets to go out with this 7-foot-tall young lady and she slaps a figure-4 leg lock on him or something.
I think she played for the Lakers.
She played for the Lakers.
Well, the person I know 7 foot tall.
As we continue with our update of what's going on here in the World Wrestling Federation, it is now time for the Brain to get some exposure, the kind which he really, I'm sure, won't appreciate. Let's go to the special
Wait
footage.
a minute.
The battle for Bam Bam's winding down, and Bobby the Brain Heenan, have I got news for you.
Ooh, lay it on me.
I got news for you.
Come on.
You ain't getting him.
I ain't getting him.
You're out of there.
No
you
Bam
got
Bam?
no Bam Bam.
Wait a minute. Last week, Paul Orndorff pulled this stuff on me. Now you're telling me no Bam Bam? No, is Slick behind us? Who's behind us? I want to know right now, Jesse. You can tell me.
There's
you gotta
no
tell
Bam
me.
Bam,
You
Bobby.
gotta tell
You're
me,
out of
Jesse.
there. You're out
He
of there.
told
I
me.
can't tell
He
you.
wanted to be
Yep. Oh, yeah, I told you. That's it. That's right. I told everybody that I was going to have Bam Bam Bigelow. Now, didn't I tell you? That's right. And, hey, guess what? Next week, the big brother's going to be right by my side, just like I promised. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Well, as usual, Brain, you were a fountain of misinformation. Bam Bam is history as far as you're concerned. And this weekend will bring the final in the battle for Bam Bam. And I'll tell you what, the Slickster could be in for a very big surprise.
Hey, I'd like to say something, Go ahead.
As usual, you were wrong again. Fountain of misinformation is indeed your handle. No comment? Choked up a little bit?
I'd be glad to tell you exactly what happened.
Sure.
I had them all signed, sealed, and delivered. A week before, he had made some. Well, I didn't want the guy to begin with, but he wanted to be a member of the family. He said that's the only way I can go in professional wrestling, the only way I can make any money or have any prestige. So I just to make the guy happy, I said I had him. Just to make him happy and to do some research on the guy. Well, when I finally got back to where I do all my research with my computers and stuff.
Is this much longer?
Would you like to give a wake-up call?
We'll be right back with Mr. Wonderful.
I decided I don't want the guy. That's just about it. That's
really
the Bam
doesn't
Bam story happened.
It's proven, Brain, that 1987 has not been a very good year for you so far.
No, it hasn't.
Things don't look too bright for your future either.
Oh, they look very bright.
You went down the tubes with Bam Bam. Okay. Mr. Wonderful fired you for the second time.
I was going to dump him anyway.
Yeah, sure. Well, all this stuff
got a fast count in WrestleMania.
Who you got
3?
left?
I have Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah.
I have
and
the King.
Big guy. Don't
King
forget
Kong
the big
Bundy.
guy.
Andre the Giant.
Going to take a look at Mr. Wonderful in action right now, and some
Hey,
other
don't waste
folks
your
as
time
well.
showing this hammer.
This bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing 252 pounds, accompanied by his new manager, Oliver Humperdinck, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
What a backstabber.
And his opponent, from Fremont, California, weighing 230 pounds, Rex Farmer.
What an ovation here for Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Boy, did he straighten you out.
Didn't straighten me. I'm not very happy.
I guess you're not.
To sit here and watch these two pieces of...
Talk about humiliation. You were humiliated.
I wasn't humiliated.
Oh, yeah. Not once, but twice by the same guy. I can't believe it.
Not very happy, I tell you. If he wants to run around with a guy like Humperdinck, he can have him. And if Humperdinck wants Orndorff, he can have him.
Boy, you're awful bitter. You're not happy at all, are you?
I don't like to sit here and watch this and ingrate. What I did for that man when I made him,
yeah,
I'm not very happy at all.
All the money he made you, took most of it right out of his pocket.
I'm going to make myself happy.
Yeah?
I'm going to make myself happy right now.
Do whatever you want.
I'm leaving right here
You're
right
leaving.
now. Yes.
Have a nice trip.
I'm going to make myself happy. You just stick around when I'm going to show you. That's right.
I'll be waiting impatiently with bated breath. Goodbye, Brain. The Brain just walking out of the broadcast position here. I don't know where he's going. You never know what he's going to do. In the meantime, Mr. Wonderful really doing a number here. And Rex Farmer rams him right into the timer's table. Mr. Wonderful with a vendetta right now for every member of the Heenan family. No one accepted. And he is in great shape, as always. Oh, just ramming the head down into the canvas. Now with his new manager, Oliver Humperdinck, maybe this guy can get a shot at what everybody wants to go.
As everybody could plainly see, even you, Bobby Heenan, that Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff has a much better body than Ravishing Rick Rude.
Now, there's no question about that. Ravishing Rick Rude certainly has a tremendous physique, but so does Mr. Wonderful. He's a little bit bigger, I think. But Ravishing certainly doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody. When it comes to those abdominals, there's a good shot of Oliver, the new manager here in the World Wrestling Federation, who's got Bobby the Brain Heenan spending some very sleepless nights, to say the least. Irish whip in, whoa, hard into the corner. Drop kick from a standing position. Not too many guys will do that with a force that Orndorff can put behind it. Setting him up once again. Oh, nice clothesline. Oh, he's giving a sign for the pile driver. And this capacity crowd giving their okay. They're on their feet here. They want to see it. Here it comes. Rams that head in. Straight up and down. Bombs away. Oh. Goodbye. Crushed him. Squashed him just like a grape. Mr. Wonderful with that patent pile driver does it again.
The winner of this bout, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful, master of that pile driver. Let's go back and take another look at it. A lot of guys can deliver, but none with the force that this guy does. Look at that, just jamming those cervical vertebrae up into the neck. Oh, finally found it. Right now, we're going to go to another one of our special colleagues, referring to Greg with the brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my guest right now, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
The guy I did everything for, and Humperdinck. You want to hang around together, you can hang around together. Hey, I'm talking to you two. I'm talking to you. You ingrate everything I did for that man. He thinks he can stab me in the back, walk out on me, fire me, try to embarrass me. Well, he's badly mistaken.
What about...
Right now, I want you people to show proper respect because I'm going to bring out a gentleman out here, something you're probably not used to. So you show the proper respect. You give this man the proper respect because this man deserves it, he's earned it, and he demands it. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I'm going to introduce you now to the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Getting mixed emotions here from this crowd. Thumbs down, in fact. Andre looking around, not too happy about it. He looks in great shape, though. Looks like he's taken off some weight. Certainly, oh, he's upset. He expected a rousing ovation here, and he didn't get it. Let's go back to Craig. Oh, Andre turned his back and walked away. He's headed back for the locker room. He's really upset.
I told you, you didn't show proper respect, and you better learn how to show proper respect, because that's the biggest and the best athlete in sports today. They didn't show respect, but they're going to learn, and they're going to learn because I'm going to force them to learn.
You're going to have cardiac arrest if you're not careful. You're getting very bent out of shape, very excitable. Well,
I asked for some respect.
You need to find a couple of guys to put into your family who don't need any respect.
I mean, everybody needs respect.
Well, not the kind that you want to give them. You got the king, you're always looking for respect for him. Andre, you're always looking for respect for him. The stand-up ovation type respect, the bow down, the genuflecting, so to speak, to the king. You're not getting any of that. Why are you wasting your time?
Well, it's obvious I'm dealing with a bunch of idiots. That's what the problem is. I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them show
You mean
respect.
the king and
No, I'm
and
not.
Andre?
They're not idiots.
Oh.
I mean, I'm dealing with the likes of having to talk to you and the humanoids out there. Yes, you people.
I'll tell you a guy that commands a lot of respect, and that's
Me.
a former colleague of mine that sat right where this gentleman is sitting right now. Jesse the Body, let's go to him.
Well, Gorilla Monsoon, you have the privilege of working with Bobby the Brain Heenan. Got quite a mouth on him. And I've got a special guest for you. As a matter of fact, an old friend. Only one of a kind. Jesse the Body Ventura, San Diego, California. Welcome back to Prime Time Wrestling. You got quite a movie career going for yourself, don't you?
That's right. I got a great movie career going for me and Gene, but I'm here to talk wrestling. I'm here to talk primetime wrestling and to tell the truth, once and for all, why Jesse the Body is not on primetime wrestling anymore.
Okay, let's hear it. What's your side of the story? Yeah.
It should be me and Bobby the Brain Heenan hosting primetime wrestling, but Gorilla Monsoon, you think that I'm not on to your ploy? You think I don't know what you did, that you got that politician producer, Nelson Swigler, right in your back pocket? You're the one, Monsoon. I was too smart for you. I was too good for you on that show. I was stealing the ratings, and I had all the women chasing me. It's Monsoon who's responsible for me not being on primetime wrestling. And I just want to warn you, Bobby the Brain Heenan, that it might happen to you. What you shaking your finger about?
Were you actually fired, Jesse? I heard rumors, but I want to get you to confirm it.
No, I was not fired. I was asked to resign. You know how that goes in the political world.
I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, you know, they did kind of the same thing to Gary Hart. You know, you have too many women around you, people get jealous. Gorilla Monsoon, he ain't had a woman look at him in 20 years.
You know, Jesse, I may as well admit it. I seen you recently at one of those big, I don't know, press party or something. Yes, for the big Schwarzenegger movie, Predator. And I saw there must have been 6 or 8 women hanging on you.
Hanging all over me, Gene, and I'll tell you what, you know what it is?
I
They
know
just
what
want to touch my sweat.
That's not it. They're too old to stand up on their own. I saw them. I saw them. You had the old blue hair.
One of Swagler's friends too, aren't you?
No way, Jesse Ventura. Gorilla, we're going to be back to you and more action after this.
Well, Jesse the Body made some derogatory statements.
Well, he made some sense, too.
Well, let's just set the record straight. Jesse the Body left Prime Time Wrestling of his own volition for movie land, for movie stardom. Maybe he'll find
He's
it.
a Swagler guy.
Maybe he won't.
Jesse's with all those people. Jesse
Yeah,
knows
but
them
he's
all.
not with the in crowd yet out there in Hollywood. Beautiful Bruce Swayze and Hugh haven't invited him to one of their Monday night showings yet at Prime Time, have they?
At the mansion?
Yeah.
I've been there a lot of times.
Well, but
Miss Betty even wants to become a Playboy bunny.
Out. Miss Betty's nothing but an old rabbit. True or false? Get on the phone. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, now all alone by himself after the divorce from Magnificent One. Let's go to it.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the corner to my right, from Kansas City, weighing 248 pounds, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. His opponent, from New Haven, Connecticut, weighing 236 pounds, Jerry Allen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this World Wrestling Federation event. I'm Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside, and it gives me great pleasure at this particular point in time to introduce you to a very...
I'd like to know,
well, let's hear what the ace has to say.
where is that dirty, yellow, no good fat Hawaiian Don Morocco, the beach bum? Get out my face, boy.
Give me a break. As I was about to say, I'm going to be
This
joined
is
here
more
by
of a
Mike
man than
McGurk here
Don
at the
Morocco
ringside
is.
position.
At least he's out here to take his whipping. You're better looking than Morocco, too. He's an ugly fat Hawaiian.
Mike, maybe he'd like to be a broadcaster.
Morocco, you're yellow.
Oh, they're on their feet here as one. The Magnificent One is making his way down to the ring. Look at him, he's been out of shape.
Come and get it, Tubby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Look at the look on Morocco's kissing. Well, we may have an additional match here. Morocco not scheduled to make an appearance. Got several referees out there trying to hold him back. He's like a mad dog, Mike.
It seems that Jerry Allen might have to wait for his turn at Cowboy Bob tonight.
Well, the divorce is final. Complete split between Morocco and Orton.
There's no question, Gorilla, who the fans want to see tonight.
Oh, look at this. Laying right down on the concrete here. And look at, they want at each other in the worst way. The referee holding back Orton, and another referee holding back the Magnificent One. In fact, 2 of them, 3 of them out there.
Really, Gorilla. Here we go.
Dave Hebner, one of the premier referees here in the World Wrestling Federation, exerting the Magnificent One to get back, and this match is underway right now. Whoa!
Look at that.
Jerry Allen to the outside quickly, going up all the way to the top. Look out, Orton wide open.
He set himself up for that, Gorilla.
He certainly did. Mike, I'm sure when I introduced you that the fans out there don't have a clue, don't realize you are one of the loveliest broadcast colleagues I've ever seen.
Thank you so much, Gorilla, for that nice compliment. I'm glad to be here, especially with you.
Well, thank you very much. When they said I was going to do some commentary with Mike McGurk, of course, Leroy McGurk is a great name that's gone down in the annals of wrestling history, and I didn't have a clue that. Well, how did you get the name Mike?
Well, most people think the same thing. You're looking at a girl here that's supposed to have been a boy.
Okay.
And that has followed me around all my life. I've had fun with it, though, Gorilla.
I'm sure you have. Orton taking a little hike ski for himself. Match not going to his liking. I'm sure that the Ace, who is a consummate wrestler in his own right, he had his game plan sort of shook up a little bit when he came out there. He was obviously all set for Jerry Allen, then got thinking about the Magnificent One and what's gone down between those two. And incidentally, Mike, I don't know whether you know, I certainly don't know, who got custody of Mr. Fuji when a divorce took place.
I don't know. I think he's up for adoption right now, Gorilla.
Well, gut-wrench suplex by the Ace, who can do it all inside that squared circle.
Feeling a little confident right now.
Second-generation wrestler and probably the greatest mechanic that I know inside that squared circle. Of course, Jerry Allen, no stranger to the ring. Oh, look at that. Drove him face first down right into the canvas. Of course, the Cowboy has put away a lot of guys and literally sealed a casket on a lot of careers with that patented move of his off that top turnbuckle.
He certainly has.
That superplex. I'm sure you're familiar with that, Mike. We've seen it so many times.
Yes, but not personally, thank goodness.
Oh, well, you might see it here. Double underhook. Oh, turned him loose, almost dropped him on his head. Double underhook from the backside, meant to be a suplex. Ace is meant to go with that move. At the same time, he chose not to, which makes it 10 times more dangerous. Well, he's going to take out all the frustration, obviously, on Jerry Allen that he wanted to take out on Magnificent One.
Absolutely.
Going to work on that back area, softening it up. Another capacity crowd on hand. To the outside, through the second rope. Whenever the World Wrestling Federation invades, it's the hottest ticket in town.
And you can hear their reaction, Gorilla.
Certainly can. The Ace having a good time right now, however, unfortunately, at the expense of Jerry Allen. I don't know, it won't be too far down the road, Mike. I'm sure that we're gonna see on paper and inside that squared circle eventually the matchup between Morocco and Orton.
Absolutely. The two have no love lost for each other. It's sad to see their divorce come down like this, but there is something to be met later on down the line.
Well, you know, these two guys in their own right, the Magnificent One, of course, former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, took it away from Pedro Morales right in Madison Square Garden in the center of the ring, and it takes a heck of a man to do that. And of course, this guy here, who you just can't say enough about his ability. There's no telling how far that team could have gone. Look at this. Rams the right shoulder and the right kidney area right into the steel post.
Really, he's really going too far with Allen tonight. This week, it seems.
Well, he's making him pay. He's making him pay for what he wanted to do to Morocco and didn't get the opportunity to do it. Look out. Either power slam or shoulder breaker coming up.
Yep. He's taking advantage of the situation.
Certainly is. Power slam. That's enough to put anybody away right there. He doesn't want it, though.
No.
He's not done torturing the youngster. Drags him over towards the corner. Obviously going to have the ropes come into play here in one shape or form or another. Going all the way to the top? Yes.
Apparently he's hoping that Morocco's watching this.
Well, I'm sure he is. Bombs away. Oh, he waited too long. Jerry Allen caught him on the way down, brought those knees up. Wasted a little bit too much time up there, Mike.
I thought Allen was gone. I thought he had already been put away.
Oh, Allen now making a mistake. Oh, look at this. He's got him set up perfectly for that superplex. He's got it up there. So long, Jerry. Turn on the hot water. This one's over.
That's it.
Ace, Cowboy, Bob Orton. Believe me, he could do it all.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Very impressive victory for the Cowboy, but just a big round of boos. Let's go back and take a look, Mike, at how the youngster made a mistake, and it literally cost him the match.
Here we go. He's in the corner.
Once he gets you right there, Mike, in that position, there is no escape.
No. He
It's
had no
too late.
alternative except to go.
It's too late at that particular point in time right there. Object is to stop that before he slaps it on. Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back. Boy, how refreshing it was to have someone like Mike McGurk sitting there instead of you.
You. Well, I'll tell you what's going to be
both blondes, but she's a lot more attractive than you are. I'm sure.
Depends how you look at it.
Well,
well, you know, I mentioned at the start of the program when I was in my chair over there hosting that.
You mean in my chair?
Whatever. But I'm kind of fed up with Monday nights here.
What do
you
you
know,
mean?
I have such a good time on the weekends, golfing, partying, going over to the mansion with Bruce and Hugh, and different things I do in Beverly Hills. That I've decided now that I'm going to call Kay Kopowitz at USA here, and I'm going to have Prime Time moved to another day. Yes. What day would you like to be here?
Monday's just fine with me. I'm very,
good. Then I'll move it to Thursdays.
We have millions of folks out there that are very happy with Mondays.
I'm not concerned with their happiness. I'm concerned with mine. I'm going to get on the phone a little bit and do some, do a little leaning.
Folks, we'll be back with Tito Santana in just a moment. We're back, folks, and about to take a look at one half of Strikeforce, referring to, of course, Tito Santana, the opposition, the big outlaw, Ron Bass. And Betsy, I don't know, Jack Tunney, the president of the World Wrestling Federation, may just disarm him of that particular weapon. Like he just disarmed you of a lot of things.
How come you let Junkyard Dog come in there with 50 feet of chain? They don't say nothing to him about it. Let a man come in there with a snake.
Well, because Hurt carries 50 feet of chain as well. We're going to join this match in progress. Let's go to it.
Oh, it's got a chair right in the kisser. Oh, my word. I've never seen Tito so taken up with a match right in the opening instance.
Santana rams him right into the steel barricade. Look at Bass. He didn't figure on this kind of a start.
No, Tito came into the ring, rolled in briefly to stop the count that the referee's putting in on him, and he bails, or throws rather.
Look at him, begging, pleading for mercy. And there is none as Santana continues to unload.
Now the jacket.
He's got those arms tied up as well. He's got him blinded.
Bass doesn't look too good.
Planted the knee right in the kisser. This one could be over early. Tito not going for the cover.
Oh, beautiful. Flat of the foot right to the face. The nose, the bridge of the nose. Look at Bass. He looks a bit ridiculous right now.
He certainly does.
He is in
It's all tied up.
Yes. He's in a most unenviable position there.
Literally hog-tied himself. He finally, he might see his way.
I think he's going back
to the dressing room.
He's had enough.
No, Santana's right after him. There's no escape. Drops him with another big right hand. As the referee continues to count.
Oh, Santana looking really good. Really fantastic.
Tito going back to the ring now to stop the count.
He just about made it.
And he wants to go back out again.
Oh, look at Bass.
Bass doesn't know which way to go now.
No, I think he wants to head back to the dressing room, but he's mistaken. He coming back to the ring
instead. Oh, he came back to get Betsy. He's got the bullwhip in his hand now.
He's going to whip Tito with that thing.
Look out, Tito's getting out.
I don't blame Tito. That is a whip that will just rip the flesh right off you.
Come on, referee. Tito comes back with a steel chair.
Kind for kind here, like for like.
Well, if one has a weapon, it's only fair that the other has a weapon.
Even the odds.
Oh,
Tito's got the whip. Look at Bass run. Oh, my word.
Referee finally got that away.
Referee not counting.
Into the hands of one of our officials here at ringside. Maybe we've seen the last of Betsy.
Now he's beginning to put the count on Bass, making him get back in. Otherwise, I believe he gets no money at all if he just walks to the dressing room.
Absolutely zilch. Zero, none.
So he better get back in there pretty quick.
You don't even get the loser's share of the purse.
No, there's nothing for you if you do that.
Tito with a vengeance. Keeps unloading with those big right hands right in the face of the outlaw, Ron Bass.
I've never seen Santana this way before.
He is absolutely on fire. He is so good.
Steel
What
chair,
a catch!
He caught it.
Oh, what a beautiful catch!
Foiled again. The big guy's foiled once again.
I don't know what position Tito played for Kansas City, but that was a heck of a catch. He could have been a wide receiver or anything.
Beautiful catch of that steel chair that weighs about 25 pounds. And the Outlaw looking for somewhere to go.
His mind is certainly not on you at the moment.
Beautiful handheld shot by a number 6 camera right over the shoulder of the Outlaw Ron Bass.
Yes.
He makes his way back in, rather reluctantly, I might add.
Very reluctantly, and that was a Bass's eye view of a very determined Tito Santana.
Let's talk this over, the Outlaw said. He got kneed right in the kisser for it.
Bass certainly didn't bargain for this tonight. There's no way he could have known what a hot brand of fire he was dealing with.
Tito won't even let him fall. He's holding him up. Now he's gone down. Santana perched up on that second turnbuckle on the inside. Ready to lower the boom again. Look at Bass looking for him. Doesn't have a clue. Oh! Nails him with a big flying fist.
Perfect
over
timing.
for the cover. Could be all over. No. Santana says no.
He wants to punish him a whole lot more.
Boy, he certainly is. No. Tito pulled him up again.
Oh, the crowd here loves it. A packed house, and they are enjoying this.
Oh, the Outlaw tied up. Hog-tied, so to speak. Tito in great shape to keep up this kind of offense.
Yes, he really is in fantastic condition. He may be a pound or two lighter than he usually is, especially for this match. He told me that speed was of the essence against a slow, ponderous wrestler like Bass.
What's he going to do with him?
I don't know. He'll probably make Bass 7'2" here.
Referee counting. Oh, that was enough downward momentum to turn him loose from those 2 ropes. And he's out there again, and Tito, well, the word for the referee to been right out there after him again.
I have to see yet one offensive move from Bass. He just hasn't been able to muster anything together at all. No attack.
He's wandering around here looking for some friends or something. He picked something up. Picked something up off the floor here at ringside. Some kind of a foreign object. He's got it in his right hand. Can't tell from this our vantage point exactly what it is, but he's got something in there.
And the referee hasn't seen it.
Yeah, good shot of it there. Whatever it was, he nailed Tito with it. An uppercut, nails him again.
And the referee still hasn't seen it, although he believes that something is happening.
He's not looking for it. Right between the eyes. He got rid of it, whatever it was. Had to be something of some significant weight, I think.
I would imagine, because he's
Look at
floored
this.
Tito.
Where's he going?
Oh!
He's up there in the land
This
of no
I've got to
return.
see.
He got caught.
Oh, much too late. Too slow.
Slam right off the top turnbuckle.
He was like a tortoise. He was so slow going up there.
Flying knee by Santana, hooks the leg. Could be all over here. One. Nope.
No, still has a lot of power left. A lot of power in that huge frame.
Tito Santana and the big outlaw, Ron Bass, battling it out in Madison Square Garden. Real good match.
Well, I wasn't looking at it, I was looking at this.
Well, you're all tied up now, right? The October issue of the World Wrestling Federation magazine.
Guess who's on the cover?
We'll be back in just a moment. An old adage would suffice very nicely here. Never judge a book by the cover. There's a lot of good things inside this particular issue, but they're all inside.
No. Check the cover here.
Yeah, I know what the cover says. Let's go back to Madison Square Garden, please.
You're not on the cover. You're jealous again.
Santana doesn't even give him. Oh, look at that nice snap move.
That was a good move by Santana. I've not seen him use that for a long, long time.
Bass has got it. Oh, just landed that one right in his kisser. Bass has got to feel like a yo-yo. He's been up and down so many times already.
Yes, he's got a sugar sack hold on him now. No, Bass managed to sit out of it at the last moment.
Tremendous shots here by our excellent camera crew.
Really
nice front face lock. Oh, he's under that bottom rope now. Referee's going to have to break it.
It seems as if we're almost in the ring with these men. We were so close just then.
Hey, what about Santana?
Tito unloading here. Since the beginning of this, he's been non-stop.
Hey, let him out.
He really has, and he hasn't
Oh,
won
look at
down
that
at all.
leverage move by Bass. Got a handful of tights in there and shot him out. Santana might have hit the back of his head on the concrete as the Outlaw comes around the corner now. It's payback time, I think.
Yes, that was a power move by Bass. Also a desperation move, and it may have granted him just a little breathing time here. Oh, oh my word, head right into the corner post there. And he's bringing him around again.
Took more of that blow. Look at this. He may crotch him now. Yes, he does. Crotched him right on that steel railing. That's an automatic disqualification.
That should be immediately, and the referee is right there. He's not calling it. I wonder why. Because that should, as you rightly say, should have been a disqualification right there. And,
headbutted him right in the shoulder area again. That was rammed into the steel post a few moments ago. If the Outlaw doesn't get back in the ring, this match will be over. They've both been out on the floor there quite some time.
Well, you know, when Tito went out, you were quite right. He caught the back of his head on the concrete, and it stunned him. And he's trying desperately hard to pull himself together now. He's not thinking about getting himself back into the ring. This is subconscious.
Look at the bruises on the back of Santana, and look at them on the front, on the upper left-hand side of the Outlaw right there, that right arm. He rams Tito right into the steel turnbuckle. This is all-out war.
It really is. Tito now is undergoing a very, very heavy ordeal. Heavy fire coming from Bass, who, let us face it, you've got to hand it to him. He was beaten and beaten and beaten in the opening minutes of this match, and yet he's managed to come back.
Elbow, nailed him with it, well placed.
That shows a lot of determination and courage on the part of Bass.
And drops another one right into the sternum area. He may have knocked the wind out of Tito. This could be all over right here. No, Tito comes out the back door on a 1 count.
Just a 1 count. That's quite incredible. Quite incredible. Obviously, Tito still has a lot of reserve power there.
Well, Tank's got to be getting them.
Yes.
Been in there for 10 or 15 minutes now. All non-stop action, pulling out all the stops. That'll run you out of gas quicker than anything else.
Absolutely, you can't keep going when the warfare has been so heavily waged.
Who's going to get it? The Outlaw got it. Beautiful suplex, well executed.
Good.
Over for the cover. Doesn't have all his weight on him. I can't believe it. Tito comes out the back door once again.
And very, very late coming out the back door too. Bass looking inquiringly at the referee there, but that was not quite a 3 count, Bass.
Uh-oh, look out. Setting him up here for a pile driver. It appears that way. Got him up there.
Balanced him.
He's going to
got his head low. This could be all over here. No.
Oh, he didn't get it. Nope. He did not get it. He was too close to the ropes, and he held back at the last moment, knowing that he himself, Ron Bass, was too close to the ropes.
Yes.
Look at that kisser.
Oh, golly.
Right over the shoulders of yours truly, Gorilla Monsoon and Lord Alfred Hayes, as we look at another possible suplex coming up.
This time a high one.
Santana.
Can't get the balance.
Couldn't get it. Oh, Tito with one of his own.
What a nice reversal by Tito. You know, he's thinking all the time, Tito. He doesn't pass one moment of any bout where he is not thinking, no matter how stunned or dazed he is. And that's probably why he's one of the top wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation.
Both men severely injured right now, right for the pickings. Either one, whoever gets the upper hand here. Oh, headbutt. Took its toll on Bass as well. But Tito looks to be out of it.
He does, but that was not a very clever move by Bass, because he's pretty weak at the moment, and to headbutt him, obviously it's going to have a repercussion upon himself. Look at him suffering now.
Certainly is, and Tito as well. Tito has not made his to his feet yet, but the Outlaw has. But Tito meets him with a right hand downstairs. Not a whole lot on it, and wow. Rams the head right into the canvas, face first.
And Tito not strong enough to resist that. He did go face first into the canvas, just didn't have the strength to keep his head back.
I tell you, you want to be nasty, Bass will teach you how to be nasty.
Yes.
He does some nasty things.
Without a doubt. He's got a very commanding position now.
Look at this.
Those huge
Figure
legs.
4 head scissors.
Those tree trunk-like legs.
As we're here to chant for this capacity crowd, Tito and Braun is using the ropes for a little additional leverage there. Another great shot.
Once again, it appears as if we're almost in the ring with the gorilla. Yes. Look at that.
Thank God
Putting a lot of pressure to the top part of Santana's head where he can't put him out with a move like that.
Oh, but he's getting extra leverage out of those ring ropes when the referee's not watching. This will put you out. The shoulders are down. Why is the referee counting up?
I don't know.
Tito's shoulders are flat on the canvas.
Santana's taken advantage of that, trying to get a breather, but I don't know how he can.
Look at this leverage move here. He maneuvered himself right into that position.
Santana managing to hang in grimly there.
The Outlaw said the handheld guy just moved the bottom rope with his camera.
Oh,
highly unlikely.
I wouldn't think so.
Boy, he's really squeezing the cranium here. There's a referee peering right in there.
Yes. He's got his eyes very, very close on that move. And he's missing a few things that's going on behind him.
Well, this is a little rough for Santana right here because he's suffering and the Outlaw is sort of resting.
Yes, but if you'll notice, you can only put so much pressure with those legs, then you've got to let them go. You just can't keep 100% pressure on that for a full minute or maybe 2 minutes.
Oh, but he's got an awful lot of weight on Santana's neck, and Santana's shoulders are both flat on the canvas once again. Yeah. However, the referee doesn't see fit to count. Former Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana with his hands full in Madison Square Garden with a big Outlaw around. Who are you trying to reach now?
Okay.
Your lawyer again? Give me a break.
I'm calling Kay at USA. Yo.
Kay at USA. I'm sure
yes, Bobby Heenan.
Kay Komowitz. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion in just a moment. Who belongs to what in there? This particular matchup in Madison Square Garden has been in the ring for quite some time, and it's a question of maybe it'll work out to who is the better conditioned athlete.
I don't care how long I have to hold. She's paying for it.
Sure, he always calls collect. You remember last week, call collect. Give me a break. Let's go to ringside.
I'll wait.
Fighting.
Getting that old adrenaline flowing through that body.
Struggling. Good balance by Santana.
That Mexican hot blood flowing.
Yes.
Give me a break.
Bass is just about underneath that bottom rope. Look at this. Who belongs to what in there? Santana, referee finally broke it as the Outlaw was underneath that bottom rope. He's in a position here to wrap this thing up as he's got Santana reeling, rocking and reeling.
He should be concentrating on pinning Santana now, not doing that. Santana's obviously weak.
Well, Tito had a few opportunities early on in this match to pin the Outlaw, and he chose not to. Chose to dish out that physical punishment. May have been a mistake.
Yes, I believe you said so at the time, and it's certainly looking that way now. Sometimes these things come back to haunt you.
Wow, what a roundhouse. Sent Tito down to the canvas like yesterday's garbage.
Yes, I think Tito in the beginning of this match was intent on making Bass pay.
Watch out, Irish whip in, ducks underneath the big right hand. Santana with that flying forearm.
Not a lot of height, the way Santana usually likes to administer it. And did you notice this time it was to the jaw and not the temple?
Well, he didn't catch him quite fully with that blow.
He did with that, though.
Oh, backhand shot. And the Outlaw retaliates, but Santana on top of Irish whip coming up. Look out. Oh, Tito full speed ahead. And nobody home.
No, Bass is really tough. I mean, we saw how that blow went straight to the upper cheek area of his head there, and yet it didn't faze Bass at all.
Well, he's surprising me. I'll tell you what, he's got more in him than I thought he had in him.
Yes.
Referring to the outlaw, Ron Bass.
Exactly. You know, he's a little bit, in a way, like Greg Valentine. It takes 10 minutes or so for him to get warmed up and to be moving.
I guess the more you pound on him, the more he likes it.
It's beginning to look that way, Gorilla, and I didn't think that that was one of his character parts that he would have to show.
Some sort of resemblance to a sleeper hold here, not being applied properly. It's sort of a half chin lock, half sleeper hold, and Santana should be able to fight this thing. Got that left arm flailing away, which proves to me that the old blood is still flowing.
Absolutely, and Santana seems to be holding his head at an angle whereby Bass cannot get full leverage on it.
Well, in order to put the guy out, you got to pinch off that carotid artery that carries the blood to the brain, and he's not really doing that as Santana is starting to come out of this.
Santana's a very, very clever wrestler. Other wrestlers would have been out by now.
Well, an Intercontinental Champion, couple of elbows down in the lower abdomen area. That may be the place to work on. Go to the breadbasket of the big guy.
Well, he's made an impression on him at long last.
Just a glancing blow with that boot, but now he's unloading with those right hands. They're finding the mark. And there goes the outlaw out to the floor. And Santana going out after.
Well, Santana will keep on to his man. He won't take the pressure off him. He's not going to take a breathing period here.
Look out. Irish whip in. Big backdrop. Yes, nailed him with it.
Oh, my word. All that weight. 300 pounds.
Tito going for the figure four leg lock. He slaps it on. Whoa. Outlaw didn't let him finish it.
No, he appeared to be waiting for that.
Santana going out after him once again. He wants him inside the ring. Rams his head into the apron. A block there as a finger was stuck right in the eye of Tito. Oh, rammed him into that steel post once again.
Santana, a little fortunately, managed to get his head out of the way, although he hit his left shoulder into the post.
Now the pendulum has swung a half a dozen times in this match, and right now it's in favor of the outlaw once again. Irish whip in, look out, off the ropes, there's that flying forearm, and Ron Bass is out of there.
Oh, what a nice, that was just a tremendous move there.
Oh, the bell is ringing. I don't believe he's been counted out. There was only a 3 or 4 count. Tito thinks he's won it. I think the time has elapsed.
Well, the referee, as you say, only counted to 3 or 4 when the bell rang, so maybe that was the time elapsing. Tito definitely thinks he's won this match, though.
He certainly has. I believe it's only a 20-minute time limit. Let's go up and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest has gone the 20-minute time limit. Here is the referee's official decision. The bout is a draw.
Oh, the match is a draw. Santana upset. And the Outlaw's got Betsy in his hand. He's coming back in. He's not too happy about it either.
Ron Bass, I came to have a match, and to finish the match, I want 5 more minutes.
Tito wants 5 more minutes. He wants to finish this match one way or the other.
Oh, I love his attitude. He's a winner.
Outlaw not sure.
Santana definitely not satisfied with just a draw. He wants his hand held. He wants that winner's end of the purse too. But I think more than that, he wants to make Bass pay a little.
Outlaw coming back in, but he's got that whip in his hand. We may just get 5 more minutes here.
Well, Bass doesn't seem to be leaving the ring area.
There goes Betsy.
I think he is going to come in.
Betsy down on the concrete here in the Garden. The Outlaw looks like he's going to be stepping back in there. No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. He's more than happy with half the purse money offered. I guarantee you. Well, I believe the tank was empty on the Outlaw. He might well have gotten back into the ring.
Well, see, Mondays are just, you know, it's coming off the weekend and everything, and
Are you
with travel and everything? I think Thursdays would be the best bet.
You mean you get drunk on Sundays? Isn't that what you mean?
Hold on.
The weekend's too heavy for you?
Oh, it's traveling and everything. I'm busy.
Sure.
Don't mind him. So Thursdays would be the best.
The Brain
thing for
obviously pleading this case with Ken
be a lot better.
Kopowitz, the head honcho here with the
Sure.
USA Network. And I don't know what end it will come. Mondays are just fine for me. I don't particularly care to
Monsoon
move
doesn't
the day
matter
to
one way or
prime
the other.
time.
He has nothing to do.
I didn't say that.
What he does.
I did not make that remark.
But I think I should have some leverage.
Lying as usual. Lying individual.
Host.
Plenty more action still to come here on Primetime Wrestling this week, and it'll all be coming your way in just a moment.
Would be nice.
Please.
It's just as good as done.
You think so? Talk about big guys. We've got big guys right here in the World Wrestling Federation. The biggest, well, one of the biggest right now, of course, the one, just put the program down. We already plugged it. You were on the cover of the magazine. How many times you want us to do that? You don't even know which camera to point it to, do you?
Well, I want them all to enjoy themselves. Kay's going to get back to me. She doesn't think there'll be any trouble with Thursdays.
The Slickster, with a one-man gang under his wing. This guy a big threat to Hulk's title. Let's go to the match.
This bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the individual managed by the Doctor of Style, Slick. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing 450 pounds, the one-man gang.
One-man gang.
And his opponent from Goodyear, Arizona, weighing 247 pounds, Billy Anderson.
Billy Anderson giving away some 200 pounds plus here to the one-man gang and the Slickster. Slickster really surprised me, Brain, on the Pile Driver album. I didn't know he had that kind of musical ability.
Talented man.
Jive Soul Bro is his cut on that album.
Didn't Kate Smith used to sing that?
No, she never sang that. What is wrong with you?
Well, you know, I like the way Patera whines and cries. See, he paid his debt to society, but he hasn't paid it to me yet.
Well, you haven't paid your debt either.
Well,
He's still got through with you and the rest of your family.
He's still got another arm and 2 legs and a neck.
Well, you know, on that cut, Jive Soul Bro, he talks and sings about having a date with some 7-foot lady who slaps a figure-4 leg lock on her. Can you believe that?
Probably.
Yeah, well, what would surprise me.
Hum a few bars for me.
Well, nothing would surprise me when it comes to the Slickster. This guy right here, the one-man gang, now on a 30-day suspension, or not a suspension, but probation period. But we have some special words from President Jack Tunney about that.
The 30-day probationary period of the one-man gang is now over. Therefore, he is restored to full privileges with the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, that was short and sweet.
Well,
probation is over, but I don't think for very long.
Well, it's his first offense.
What do you mean first?
You shouldn't have even been on probation. You should have walked on it.
Are you kidding? After what he did to the referee?
Well, maybe they asked for it, you know.
That's beside the point.
And they fined him 10 grand or 15 grand, something like that. Isn't that enough?
This guy can afford it. The guy with the white brim around his hat. He can afford it. I don't think we've seen the last probation on this guy here, or possibly even suspension, because this guy is very unorthodox and doesn't know when to stop.
Well, if he wants to become the heavyweight champion, he can't do it sitting at home. He's got to do it in the ring, and can't do it when he's on suspension.
No, but there's a proper way to do it.
Sure, you just go out and beat a man. Beat him, beat him, beat him.
Yeah, you don't go out there and try to maim somebody. The object is to win, not to maim someone.
Yeah, but if
like
it happens,
Bundy does.
If it happens, it happens, you know.
Bundy tried to maim that poor little midget.
Little Beaver.
Yeah.
He did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody really cares about Little Beaver, you know that.
Please.
He's your friend.
Look out, one-man gang. Looks like he's about ready to wrap this youngster up. Oh, there it is. That front suplex. Oh, driving the face and head down into the canvas. Mr. Anderson is kaput. Wow. They said 452 pounds. That's 500 pounds we're looking at.
Here is your winner, the one-man gang.
One-man gang chalking up an easy victory here this week. And the Slickster very happy about it. Let's go back and take a look at the devastation. Imagine the impact, Brain.
Wow. Snaps your neck the other way.
How'd you like to be on the receiving end of that?
No, thank you.
Oh, thanks, huh? One-man gang, as we stated earlier on, certainly a threat to the World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan.
It's a threat to anybody. He's a big, dangerous man.
Well, Andre's a big, dangerous man.
Oh, is he ever?
He was a big threat to the champion. Was.
Oh.
You notice I used the term
The referee
past
was a big
tense.
threat to me. That's what happened under Andre.
Things haven't been going very well for you, Brain, have they?
You notice I'm on the cover of the...
Yeah, I noticed that, but that doesn't really put any money in your pocket.
Oh, yes, it does.
Andre winning the title would have definitely put some heavy bread in your pocket.
I don't care to discuss that with you any
Mr.
further.
Wonderful Paul Orndorff could have put some heavy money in your pocket as well, to have him still a family member. And now the latest thing, you went down to tubes with Bam Bam Bigelow, who could have put money in your pocket. And that's the only reason you're here, isn't it?
I got the Islanders. I got Ravishing Rick Rude. I got the King. I got Hercules.
And
I got
now
Andre the
one
Giant.
more thing has been added. Are you aware of it?
What?
You've been banned in Boston.
You can't do anything to get banned in Boston.
Let's go right now to my other colleague, His Lordship, Alfred
You think
Hayes.
I'm Rusty Warren?
Take a look.
Lord Alfred Hayes here, down the ringside area in the Boston Garden. And around me, surrounding me, in fact, I'm amid a sea of yellow shirts here, and I'm just beginning to wonder what these shirts are all about. Maybe somebody could tell me. Come on, now what is this
basically
thing
we
here?
want to get rid of Bobby Heenan because he's a gold bricker and he's been wearing this thing for so long. It's about time somebody made a shirt.
And you think that if you wear these yellow shirts, Bobby Heenan's going to take some notice of you, do you?
That's right. You're not kidding. We want to ban him completely.
We want Bobby to take notice of this.
You do,
because
huh?
We have one all made up for him.
They're very pretty. Now, somebody told me you had one of these made for Gorilla Monsoon.
That's right. We want it on Prime Time Wrestling on Monday nights. We watch it up here in Boston on USA, and he's going to wear it for us.
So you think the WWF committee was going to take a lot of notice of these yellow shirts? I'm sure Bobby Heenan is. That's all right now from the Boston Gardens amongst these weasel shirts.
Weasel!
What a great likeness.
Is that all Lord Alfred Hayes has to do is hang around with 10 or 15 illiterate people from Boston?
Well, you and I, neither
Where
one
they get
of
that
us.
out of the trunk of their car? Is that where they got those T-shirts out of? A lousy looking some skunk on the front of their shirt or some sewer rat. Don't try to insult me, you...
I think Joe Tecci might have been behind that whole thing.
Joe Tecci?
Yeah.
He should need a T-shirt. You know, that's not T-shirts they wore special. That's their whole wardrobe. Those guys could lose about $8 if their whole wardrobe burned up.
Coming up next, our
Insult me
feature
with
match.
a weasel and stuff like that. You're going to have a T-shirt.
Jacques and Raymond, the fabulous Rougeau brothers, with a golden opportunity, as this is, in fact, a title matchup against the Hart Foundation, the Anvil, and, of course, the Hitman. You don't have any of your guys around shooting for
And I know why.
titles.
I know why.
Why?
All you've been saying is, I don't have a world's champion. I don't have an intercontinental champion.
It's true.
I'll tell you why. First of all, none of my men have gone after the Intercontinental Championship.
Obviously.
I don't have a tag team until recently with the
Obviously.
Islanders. I never put anybody together as a tag team. That's
Let's
why we're
go
not
to the
tag team
match,
champions.
please.
And the main reason is...
Is for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. To my left are the challengers, having a total combined weight of 473 pounds, Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers. Introducing to the corner to my right, first the manager, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Also introducing Foundation member, Danny Davis. And now, here are the opponents, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions at a total combined weight of 511 pounds, Bret Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fresno Convention Center right here in beautiful Fresno, California. Bruce Pritchard at ringside, and joining me this week, the lovely Mike McGurk. Mike, it's good to have you here this week.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
And what a matchup we have inside the ring. the Rougeau, Jacques and Raymond battle the Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And on the outside of the ring, Mike, not only the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, but also Dangerous Danny Davis. Starting things off for the Hart Foundation, it is a Hitman, Bret Hart, and immediately Raymond puts him right up against the ropes.
Is that hot pink appropriately titled for them, what they're wearing?
Well, that seems to be the Hart Foundation's color, hot pink with the black contrast stripes. And right now, it seems as if Raymond is being cautioned by the referee. He had the Hitman up against the ropes, and the Hitman is claiming that he pulled the hair, and it looks like he'd have a lot more than just a handful of hair if he had his hand in the back of that, Mike.
Absolutely. I think that he would want to caution the Hart Foundation more than these fine-looking Rougeau brothers.
Come on, Hitman. Come on, baby. Come on now. Beautiful move. Beautiful.
And Bret Hart, side headlock on Raymond Rougeau, and he locks it in on the outside of the ring, the Mouth of the South, and of course, Dangerous Danny Davis.
Double trouble at the outside of that ring there, Bruce.
Double trouble indeed, and an unfair advantage, some might say.
That's how they got where they are.
Bret Hart, referee asking him if he pulled the hair. Hart says no, and up on his feet again, Raymond. Nice high hip toss by Raymond Rougeau. And again, arm drag, and now the tables have turned. This match is for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles and belts.
This could mean a lot for the Rougeaus if they could come off winning this.
Indeed, in the Rougeau brothers, there is certainly no love lost between these two teams, Mike. We have seen them meet before. In comes Jacques, a nice drop kick. High slam.
Good tag team work right there.
Only two as the Anvil came in for the save that time, and Bret Hart is taking the higher ground on the outside of the ring. Inside the ring, Jacques Rougeau anxiously awaits the return of the Hitman, Bret Hart, but I don't think Bret Hart is too anxious to get back in the ring. We see the Anvil, Jim Neidhart, in the corner.
Danny Davis there helping his teammate, Jimmy Hart right there on site.
As you said earlier, Mike, double trouble on the outside of the ring. Jimmy Hart and Danny Davis, they can distract the referee from two sides. And of course, Danny Davis, being a former referee himself, knows exactly how to do that.
And break all the rules. It doesn't seem fair with the Rougeau brothers. They're a good, clean-looking, fine team against these guys. Rough-looking, dangerous Danny. Cheating, scheming.
All right, come on, Anvil, beautiful.
Into the ropes that time, and Jacques didn't even budge the Anvil. The Anvil right now challenge him one more time.
Is he proud of that? Look at him. Proud of that stomach he has.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And once again, Jacques seems a little bit stunned by that, Mike.
I'm a little stunned by looking at it.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart, quite an impressive sight. Seems to be the immovable object on the outside of the ring. Jimmy Hart shouting encouragement to his main charge.
Impressive to you, maybe, Bruce.
Nice move by Jacques Rougeau as he introduced Jim the Anvil. Nice team by the Rougeau brothers.
A little bit of their own medicine back to the Harts.
And now Raymond going to work on the legs. Good teamwork here by the Rougeau brothers. Whoa! The Anvil had to feel that one, Mike.
I'm sure he did. The most important.
Right now, Jacques Rougeau asking for the approval of the fans, and he gets it. One.
No.
Come on, Anvil, let's go, baby, come on.
Capacity crowd here this week watching for this entitled bout. The title could change here.
All important title matches it is for the Rougeau, and it's also an important title match as every match is an important match for the Hart Foundation. Right now, Raymond Rougeau trying to get the anvil over, trying to force his hold into a Boston Crab. And from the outside, the Hitman makes his presence known.
He's always entering when he shouldn't.
Well, that's one of the reasons that the Hart Foundation has held on to the tag team titles as long as they have. Good teamwork now by the Hart Foundation. Not always legal teamwork, but very good teamwork as they continue to tag in and out and keep a fresh man in.
Yeah, see, while the referee's back is turned, the other one is hurting the Rougeau.
No doubt about it, Jim the Animal Neidhart taking full advantage of the referee's distraction. Out on the floor. The referee tolling the count is Bret Hart.
See,
what's he doing?
He's getting the referee's attention so the other one can work on the Rougeau
And on the
outside of the ring.
Jim the Animal Neidhart just introduced Raymond to that ring apron. Bruce Pritchard at ringside along with Mike McGurk here in Fresno, California. And we have a tremendous matchup in the ring right now. Bret the Hitman Hart anxiously awaiting for Raymond. I don't think he's all too anxious for Raymond to really get back inside the ring. A little help with the hair. Backbreaker by the Hitman. This could be it.
No, there's still life left in him.
And the Hitman tags the Anvil in. Punch to the midsection by Jim Neidhart.
These guys are so ruthless.
The Hart Foundation is a ruthless team and not a good place to be right now, but Raymond fights back.
Now if he can just get over there to the side, get his brother in there while he's fresh. No, they're going to wear him down.
The Hart Foundation has him in that corner again. Off the ropes with an elbow. This could be it. And once again, Raymond shows that determination. He knows that this is for the titles and he's not about to give up that easy.
You can't, Bruce. When you're fighting for a title, you're fighting for your life.
Whipping the ropes and Raymond. That time the Hitman held on. Nice drop kick by Raymond Rougeau. And right over the top rope, he introduces the Hitman to that floor.
And of course, Dangerous Danny right there on the spot to help his team and coer back in.
These fans now really getting behind Raymond Rougeau. They want to see him get over and tag his brother Jacques.
He needs it at this point.
And interference by
there's a
the
tag.
Anvil that
the
time.
Tag.
And we saw it on our side.
I don't think the referee saw it. No, no.
And the Anvil that time. Drop kick his old partner, Bret Hitman Hart. And this could be the chance that the Rougeaus are looking for.
No.
And the tag is made, and now Jacques comes in to take care of business.
Clean house.
Kick to the midsection of Jacques Rougeau. Well, they say two heads are better than one, and Jacques Rougeau that time proved it. Nice reverse by the Hitman. And Jacques Rougeau was ready for him that time. He's got the cover. One. It shows the mark of the true champion, Mike. He knew where he was at all times.
And took advantage.
Outside of the ring, we got Raymond Rougeau and Danny Davis getting into it.
It's hard. The referee's got a huge job on his hands. What's going on inside the ring, he's got to keep an eye on, as well as look what's going on outside.
On the outside of the ring, Dangerous Danny Davis going to work on the Rougeaus. And Jacques chasing Dangerous Danny Davis all the way back to the dressing room. Jacques, the legal man in the ring, and he has chased Dangerous Danny Davis right back to the dressing room. The referee tolling his count. The referee has called for the bell, and it looks like it's going to be a count out. Let's go to the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has awarded the decision as a result of a count out on the Rougeau brothers to the team still World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the Hart Foundation.
No kind of excuse for that kind of outside interference. It's just ridiculous. It's for you. You can bet on it. Anytime the Hart Foundation gets in trouble, they immediately go to Dangerous Danny Davis.
Yes.
And of course,
Kay.
the Colonel's
Brain here.
Obviously speaking with
Yes.
Kay Kopowitz.
Well, same to you.
Head person.
Your
at
kid,
the
oh,
USA
great. I knew
Network.
it. I knew you could do it
Head
for me.
lady, I might add.
I appreciate that.
Pleading his case.
That's a good day for me because Monday's, it's a little rough. you know,
Monday's a good day for me.
Well, it doesn't matter about him. He doesn't do nothing anyway. He just hangs around the house. Any days and really doesn't matter to him. Okay, I appreciate
Can't believe
that.
this.
That's going to be just great.
Can't believe this
and
is happening.
that little thing we talked about, it's on.
Please, give me a break.
Toots. Bye-bye.
What is it?
We're moving to Thursdays.
We're moving to Thursdays.
Yes, we are.
Prime Time
Prime
Wrestling?
Time Wrestling is moving to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursdays.
What date?
You didn't tell me that. I'll have to
don't
call
know
you
that,
back on that.
Well, folks, that wraps it up for another week here on Primetime Wrestling. And during our last break, I did, in fact, speak by phone with Kay Kopowitz, the president of the USA Network. And it is true. We are moving to Thursday nights,
You
starting
doubted me?
September 17th.
9 p.m.
You know, any time that Kay would have to bow to the whims of the crybaby that you are, you know, that's like feeding strawberries to pigs, really, in my
Well,
book.
she never bowed to a whim. She didn't give in. She just realized that my suggestion for Thursday nights would be better for the program. better
Understand
for me.
that you've been pestering her for quite
I
some
don't
time.
pester people.
Yes, you do.
I never pester anybody. Do I pester you?
Yeah, oh, do you ever? Don't forget, folks, we'll be returning next air date of Primetime Wrestling Thursday, September 17th. Until then, so long, everyone.
I'm on the cover.